Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I'll be doing a ranking of the modern Doctors from 2005 onwards. I'm still in the process of watching Classic Who, but once I've got through a decent chunk of each Doctor, I'll make a similar video. For this list, I'll include the baseline Doctors only, from Christopher Eccleston's 9th Doctor to Ncuti Gatwa's 15th Doctor. Starting off in 7th place, Ncuti Gatwa, our most recent Doctor. On the surface, he embodies the quirks of the Doctor perfectly, but the issue I find with his incarnation is I find every emotion he displays to be too abrupt, jarring, and performative. Now don't get me wrong, the Doctor's character has always been performative, but something about the presentation of 15 just seems insincere to me, which is unfortunate because Ncuti Gatwa has tons of charm in real life. Unfortunately, I don't think it translates all too well on screen. For some reason, I also don't have the urge to rewatch any of his episodes either. I think that comes down to not really connecting with his Doctor and, sadly, his era. In 6th place, I've put the 14th Doctor. Now, I know this will be controversial due to his limited run, but I see 14 as an extension to the 10th Doctor. This isn't bad, but he doesn't really feel unique. He just feels like a more lived-in 10th Doctor. David Tennant is amazing as always, and his chemistry with Catherine Tate is perfect. But due to his short run, in good faith, I couldn't put him any higher. Moving on, in 5th place, Jodie Whittaker. Now, the 13th Doctor holds a very special place in my heart. I was 15 when the casting of Jodie was announced, and I remember thinking this was a groundbreaking move to make. I loved the idea. For context, I was never the biggest Doctor Who fan prior to Jodie's casting. I dipped in and out, with Series 10 being the first full series I watched live. When I was younger, I was an avid watcher of the Sarah Jane Adventures, but Jodie's casting was the thing that made me into a die-hard fan. I went back and watched all of New Who and fell in love. As Series 11 was being filmed, I watched all the filming roundups, footage, and discussions, and all the theories. When Series 11 began, unfortunately, I was a bit underwhelmed. It lacked the bite I was hoping for. Due to this, I struggled with Jodie's 13th Doctor. Her portrayal just lacked the edge I wanted from the Doctor. I wanted to see the range of the Time Lord who has lived through millennia of grief, and I wanted to see gravitas, but as a whole, I found 13 to be light. Just a middle-of-the-road incarnation. Nothing special. Just a collection of traits and quirks all Doctors share. I wanted something special for her. Series 12 did a better job in adding layers to her character, and Jodie did a great job with certain scenes, like the speech she gave in The Haunting of Villa Diodati. By Series 13, I found she had fully grown into her own. She felt like the Doctor to me. She embodied the Doctor really well, however, I wanted more. She'll always be important to me, and her recent cameo admittedly made me tear up. It was great to see her. Now, in 4th place, I've put Christopher Eccleston's 9th Doctor. The 9th Doctor had a really tough job. It was his task of introducing and reintroducing the Doctor for the 21st century. In many ways, his incarnation is a reimagining, but he keeps all the same core elements that makes the Doctor great. This Doctor is very edgy and modern, though. I love his dynamic with Rose, and he just oozes depth. The leather jacket look is awesome, and the story of the Time War fits his Doctor really well. The only reason he is this low is due to only having one season. Despite the behind-the-scenes drama, his one series feels like a done chapter. It's very well done and sets the show up amazingly. Now moving on to the top 3. This was really hard for me to choose between these 3 because they're all amazing, but in such different ways. Okay, taking the 3rd spot, the wonderful Peter Capaldi. It was so refreshing, I found, after a bunch of youthful, energetic Doctors, to have a more reflective and wise-presenting Doctor in the 12th Doctor. When I think of his Doctor, I just think of his incredible journey from Series 8 to Twice Upon a Time. The growth is real. I find his relationship with Clara to be one of the most interesting and dynamic relationships between a Doctor and companion, and Peter pulls off all the facets of the Doctor with veteran ease. Taking the 2nd spot, this was hard, but it goes to the amazing Matt Smith. Matt Smith very nearly took the top spot, and with good reason, too. In my opinion, he embodied the Doctor perhaps a bit too well. Every side of the Doctor was well handled, explored, and executed, and the quirkiness I found was never overplayed. It felt genuine and sincere. It didn't feel like I was watching a performance. This was the Doctor. His chemistry with the wonderful Amy Pond and Rory, and of course his timey-wimey arc with River Song, made for some of the most compelling episodes and moments the show has seen, in my opinion. And now, taking the top spot, of course it's David Tennant. Again. But with good reason. When David Tennant took over, people were uncertain. They had grown to love the Ninth Doctor over 13 weeks, and the idea of a new lead felt ludicrous to new viewers. But then swoops in David Tennant with his charms, cheeky quips, and sword, and puts all those worries to rest. David Tennant plays the Doctor with such a ferocity. With him, the Doctor feels truly reimagined and modern. He's romantic, somewhat violent, but joyous and caring to all. He is the Doctor, after all. He never misses a beat. It was under his era that the show flourished and expanded beyond belief, and David Tennant was the man to lead the show's golden age. Thank you for watching. What is your personal ranking? Leave your thoughts below, and if you enjoyed, please consider subscribing. It would mean the world. Thank you.